Attack of the show. Attack.
Can we get a camera on that? No?
No, he says absolutely not.
No. Spool, give it to us. Get it on him. Get it on him. Give it to us, Spool. Get it. Spool. Take a breather.
Yeah.
Welcome to Attack of the Show, TV's only source for all the stuff you care about. I'm Kevin Pereira.
Hey! I'm Morgan Webb. Coming in the G4 Studios in Los Angeles.
I don't know how you did that for that long. Kudos. On the show today, film buff Chris Gore heads down to the American film market to talk to Troma co-founder and Lloyd Kaufman. That really hurt my brain, I'm not going to lie.
Rattled your little gray matter there for a little bit?
Yeah, the little hamster fell off the wheel. He may or may not get toxically avenged. Then I go back to the devastated Gulf region to investigate new oil cleaning techniques and to check out a wildlife rehabilitation center where people volunteer to wipe up the BP.
Yeah.
Wipe up the BP off a group of seabirds. It's important. It's important.
The man with perhaps the greatest name in the history of time. Weeds and No Ordinary Family star Romany Malco will be in studio for a sit-down chat. And later, Steve Jobs dishes out some interplanetary justice to a group of dastardly gizmodo bloggers. But will the punishment fit the crime? We're guessing unlikely.
Yeah.
All right, now it is time to run down the top 5 things on the web.
We're going around the net. Today's Around the Net is courtesy of the home of failure, the local news.
If newscasters are known to do stuff like stand around in hurricanes or drink their own pee, unless, of course, they're looking at their computers instead of the camera, like WABC's Bill Evans. Oops.
Oh, hello.
Hello, human resources.
Oh, hello, unemployment.
You do that voice very well.
Thank you very much.
If you haven't seen today's number 4 Around the Net, where the hell were you in 2010 for real?
Antoine Dodson managed to turn an impromptu, impassioned rant on North Alabama's WAFF into product endorsements, guest spots on late-night TV shows, and a performance at the BET Awards.
And it's all thanks to this original remix by the Gregory Brothers.
Well, obviously, we have a rapist in Lincoln Park. You don't have to come and confess.
I was actually getting down, and then I got all deer in the headlights when I saw myself. I was like, oh, I am white.
Because you knew all the words.
I really did, yeah.
You were jamming to that.
Multiplication tables, gone. Bad Intruder song, totally. The Nighttime Assault is now on iTunes, everybody, and it is catchy.
And whether you download it or not, I guarantee the song will be in your head for the rest of your lives.
You could run tell that. If we've proven nothing else to you today, it's that local news anchors have a tendency to be completely unaware of how ridiculous they look. Stone glass.
And it's not limited just to American anchors either. Here's the team behind Australia's Channel 9 version of the Today Show, demonstrating the worst possible way to show off Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games.
I remember this.
Yep. Is this footage going to come back to haunt us or what? Brady, help me. Do we need to...
Here it comes.
Go over there.
Here it comes. Nice.
Nice.
That's just the same way he plays Wii Yahtzee.
To be fair, everything saying is sexual innuendo to Australians.
Yeah,
Thing.
that's what happens when you go to bed listening to the sound of kangaroos boning. It's true. It's a slight yiff.
Kangaroo sex is funny.
The pouch is really
Funnier than koala sex.
much funnier than koala sex.
I'm just saying.
Much funnier.
Koalas, BTW, also have pouches. WLWT is the next station to check in during our marathon of failure.
Yes, Brian Hamrick tries to show how dangerous frozen ponds can be, and he fails.
The problem is the water may look frozen, but you can tell even with the simplest of tests. Son of a... It broke the damn rat! Just go out on the damn lake anytime you want. But even the simplest test will show you. Son of a... This is ridiculous. Even the simplest test will show you. Get it! Freaking damn thing!
We have to make ice scandalous.
That was not scandalous ice.
No wonder we can't find Bin Laden.
Yeah, journalism is deader than Elvis.
It's true. Still ahead, a full frontal weather system is thrusting our way.
I am not saying that we're all going to be uncomfortably wet. I'm not saying it. Forget it.
You just...
Forget it. I said no.
The Doppler drop. It's not the size of a storm that impresses weathermen.
No.
It's the intensity.
Tennessee's CBS News Channel 5 telestrator can both educate and make you stupider.
Blow up of thunderstorms across Arkansas, where at least 3 people were killed last night from tornadoes. And we're also going to likely see more storms develop in parts of Mississippi. And then those storms will, much like last night, move up to the north and the east. So we may well, tomorrow, be dealing with a...
That system might have looked impressive, but it didn't last very long.
Then things were pretty sleepy after that.
Yeah.
To get your daily viral fix and to check out all the viral videos we have to offer, go to g4tv.com/aroundthenet.
It is time now for our weird sex guy.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Drunkle Ted.
Other weird sex guy.
Sexy Yeti.
You're the one with the helmet.
Oh, right. Chris Gore, everybody.
Roll Boba Fetish, please.
Hey, it's me, Boba Fetish. Today's fetish, Ewokphilia. Totally wicked.
If you didn't like Ewoks before, you really don't like them now.
Are you sure that wasn't Chris Gore?
Yeah, I'm sure. Because Chris Gore is at the American film market. We sent him there to talk with Troma Entertainment co-founder Lloyd Kaufman about the big budget remake of The Toxic Avenger.
Yes. Hopefully they won't toss him into a drum of toxic sludge, because Gore's got enough problems, let's be honest.
Every year, over 200 film companies congregate at the American Film Market in Santa Monica, where films are bought and sold for and to territories all over the world. The name of the game is big deals and dollar signs, except for one studio who for the past 40 years has played by its own set of rules, Troma.
They're the herpes of the film industry. We won't go away.
Troma co-founder Lloyd Kaufman was on hand to present its newest opus, Father's Day.
There's a psychopath who is killing fathers, has a problem with fathers.
And it'll be remade 10 years later by Hollywood.
Well, this one 20 years later.
Okay,
maybe,
good.
maybe.
The fiercely independent Kaufman also held a press conference.
Thank you so much to the American film market
to celebrate the 12th annual Troma Film Festival.
We started a little festival where you could submit your movies for free, you could see the movies for free, and no VIP policy. And it's not a very good business model because there's no revenue.
And some notable film lovers were on hand to lend Troma their support, including Ghostwriter producer Stephen Paul.
It's not an easy film festival to get into, as he says it is, because we actually submitted Ghostwriter 1 to him, and he turned us down. We couldn't get into it, and that's what, I don't know what it is.
Legendary director Adam Rifkin.
You can just make your own damn movie. That's something that, Lloyd has always been an advocate for.
Who needs all that Hollywood phoniness? Here with Lloyd at Troma Dance, things are a lot more interesting.
So come on down to the Troma, the home of Troma, home of Troma.
With movies like Mother's Day and Father's Day, it seems like Troma is really taking advantage of that whole yet untapped, I'd say non-Halloween holiday horror market. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a specific market, and they've really got it.
Apparently it is.
And I thought I would jump on it as well, actually, Morgan. So,
oh, yeah?
I spent a little time at the computer Dora and wrote a few little scripty scripts, and
Why do I think this is not going to go well?
Labor Day! Workers in a sleepy town get a permanent day off.
That's it, right?
Thanksgiving!
Oh.
It's not just the turkey that's getting carved.
Probably stop for your own safety.
Yom Kippur. This Jewish Day of Atonement, everyone atones with their lives.
It's time to go home yet?
Mm-hmm. Now it's time to go to break. Still ahead, I'm heading back to the Gulf Coast to check out the aftermath of BP's catastrophic oopsie.
Oopsie. And later, Romany Malco will be in studio to talk about No Ordinary Family. And we don't mean the Baldwins. Stick around.
What happens next?
This girl's about to attempt to feed this wild buffalo. Great idea! What happens next? Does the buffalo suddenly urinate all over? Does it charge and force her to run for dear life? Or does the buffalo get a hold of her and throw her to the ground? Find out when we return. This girl's about to attempt to feed this wild buffalo. Great idea! What happens next? Does the buffalo suddenly urinate all over? Does it charge and force her to run for dear life? Or does the buffalo get a hold of her and throw her to the ground?
But wait, how are you supposed to get the wings off?
Social subset has its idols of worship, living or non-living icons that holistically epitomize their belief systems. For instance, Satanists have Satan, hillbillies have the monster truck Gravedigger, which I got to ride in one time. It was pretty sweet. I'm just saying I got to ride in Gravedigger.
No, I got it. That is pretty sweet. But nerds have dragons, and Sir Jeremy is their king.
Dungeons & Dragons is a dice game nerds play with each other while they pretend to be cool. It's mostly lame, but there are a ton of dragons in it. Some of them will try to eat you, and other ones are gods, which is awesome. I wanted to play as a dragon, but the dungeon master wouldn't let me because he said that'd be too powerful. So I knocked over his table and took all his soda instead. Because that's exactly what a dragon would do.
this year, BP dropped its drawers and took a big oily crap into the Gulf of Mexico, to put it lightly.
Next to the asteroid that killed off the dinosaurs, it was the biggest ecological disaster in history. Kevin flew to the area to see how people were picking up the pieces.
The time for waiting is over. Again, we're calling the Coast Guard and the federal government to force BP to act responsibly, either begin the work themselves or get out of the way and just give us the money. We'll get it done ourselves.
The BP oil spill is an unprecedented national disaster unfolding in the Gulf Coast. And although the situation is dire for those on land, it's far more devastating for those in the water. I chartered a boat to see just how bad this devastation really is. All right, we're right in the middle of Barataria Bay, and here behind me there should be hundreds of healthy pelicans. To my ignorant eyes, I looked at them and thought, okay, they're just fine, and then I was told actually the color on their bellies, and in fact on one guy up in front here who can't even fly right now, it's actually oil that's coated their feathers.
Between our marshes, the flower gardens to the west, and the Florida Keys, this oil spill could possibly absolutely destroy 3 of the most important ecosystems in the whole United States.
The Coast Guard and BP have been using containment booms in an attempt to capture or absorb the oil. When you see all the boom deployed around all the little islands and everywhere, you assume that it's doing some good, right? Why would they throw it out there other than to give you the appearance that it's doing good? BP has even hired cleanup crews to rescue oil-soaked marine life. The workers can't talk on camera because they work for BP. Look at this right here. Look at this poor guy. Oh man. Oh my God.
This is how we're finding most of them. Because they got to get to this point before they can actually catch them. We see what's on the top, and you never really see what's underneath, or you see the sheen. Over here, you can see clunks. And that's on the bottom, and the oyster beds are all over here. And that's going to be, once that's on top of those oyster beds, what's going to grow there? Nothing's going to grow there. If I hadn't gone out there today, I probably would have said it's not going to get that bad. And then when you get out there, and I did tell you I get a little...
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, when you see it, it's different. You know,
I followed the oil-soaked pelicans back to the relief center. You guys are processing how many birds a day? You said you had 53.
Well, we were processing like up to 5, and,
right.
You know, and now we're processing. Yesterday was 53. To wash a pelican, it takes about an hour or so. But these birds that are so covered, if they're lightly covered, not as long. We've been doing them in 40 to 45 minutes, but these are going to take longer.
There's crates set up rather for oiled birds and non-oiled birds, and so they keep them nice and segregated. But there's a whole pen with a tiny little net on it right here, and there's, I don't know, probably 10 birds in there that are just covered, I mean, head to toe. And these are the ones that they could catch because they couldn't get away. They're literally covered and encumbered in oil.
The difference here is that this oil keeps coming. Right. And it keeps pumping and pumping, and therefore there's no end in sight.
I've seen their attempts to clean up the birds, but what about the thousands of barrels of oil pouring into the ocean each day? One tactic employed by BP has sparked a huge controversy. This is a lot worse than it looks because they spread gallons and gallons of Corexit 9500 all over everything. So instead of seeing just thick layers of oil, you're seeing these little tar balls washing up. This is sick. BP is using a questionable chemical dispersant called Corexit, which is a solvent that turns oil slicks into oil clumps. BP claims it makes it easy for cleanup, but critics say it endangers animals, and the only thing it's really cleaning up is BP's image by making the giant oil slicks appear smaller in the PR-damaging photos. BP has said you would not use something unless it was EPA approved, unless it was available in specific quantities, and yet studies have shown on silverfish and on shrimp specifically that Corexit is exponentially more dangerous than other dispersants that are available out there.
We are using an EPA-approved product. We are using a product that has low toxicity, and the research that we've done into the alternatives does not show us that we have anything else viable to use at this time in the volume that we're using.
I've seen guys that have volunteered to clean up birds that were working for BP. The hulls of their boat boats, whether it's from the oil or from the Corexit, are being eaten through. And they're saying, I volunteered this ship to help with this effort. There's no way BP is going to pay me back for that.
Yes, they will. The claim process is not perfect yet, and I hope that at some point it will be. But we're working on it, and yes, they will be paid.
The chemical composition, the ingredients in Corexit aren't publicly known. That'd be nice to know what's in there so that people can do their own tests or come to their own conclusions about it. The Coast Guard said it's available, but online it actually says proprietary under ingredients. Is there any way to get that released?
It's my understanding that it had been shared with the incident command because of the volumes we were using it in. But you make a very good point about the proprietary side of it. I mean, obviously you can't share your proprietary information, but
well, I think you should share your proprietary information if it could be eating through kidneys.
When they pay us, we don't know. We're on BP dollars. It's just monopoly money. That's all it is.
Have you invoiced them? Do they?
Yes.
Yeah.
I haven't got a dime.
Right now, it's great. We got all these oil people here. Yeah, they're paying right now, but a year from now, when they're all gone and it's devastated, like I said, then it gets home. It gets home. It's not on TV.
I get the sense that people down here, they have all the dots. They just haven't connected some of them. And it's not because they're not capable of connecting them, it's because of the reality that they would face if they did. And what I mean by that is, every conversation I can talk about BP's connections to the dispersant company. There's a connection there that BP has money to be made by using it. They get that BP has control of the Coast Guard. They get that they might not really understand how to solve this problem. They get that the politicians are telling them exactly what they need to hear, and sometimes they're being strung along. So they get all these dots, but to connect them would mean giving up hope.
You're such a little butterfingers.
We'd zang you, but hopefully the guilt that you must feel for poisoning an immense, vibrant ecosystem is probably punishment enough.
Everything's going to be back to normal in 2,000 years or so.
Oh, right.
I mean, I feel like they shouldn't even really worry about it.
These things happen, right?
Yeah, right, absolutely.
Listen close. Can you guys hear that? No? That's the sound of every gadget you own hurtling toward obsolescence, my friends. CES 2011 is descending on Las Vegas.
It is the world's largest consumer electronics trade show. We're going to be there the moment the doors open.
Toss all your useless tech straight into the garbage, G-cycle it, and tune in to AOTS Live from CES 2011, Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard. That's a fun time. For more information, go to g4tv.com/CES2011.
All right, stay tuned. Romany Malco will be in studio to talk about his role on No Ordinary Family and quite possibly also about sex or drugs or something heart-stoppingly mind-blowing. You're going to have to stay tuned to find out.
Romany Malco, who, despite his name, is not a gladiator or Russian royalty, still a pretty solid dude. And Man Blair had the pleasure of sitting down with him.
Got the look of a man that's about to hug another man. Is that what's going on here? Let's do it. They can keep that key to the city. This is what it's all about.
Hey, what time's the ceremony? You can still make it.
Not in rush hour traffic, I can.
Who said anything about traffic? Come on, hop on.
Just like that?
Come on.
Wait. Should I wear a helmet? Something?
Just hold on.
Get on, Romany, get on. Get on, Romany. Let's do this. We're out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, Romany Malco! Not weird for him at all, that moment right there. Look, let's get right into it. You are crazy active on Twitter. You have a unique hashtag. It's I think it's hashtag Asian dude from The Hangover. No, that's
not that
it's,
one.
What's your hashtag? It's very unique.
Well, put a lot of thought into it, and the best thing that I could come up with was hashtag the black guy from the 40-year-old virgin.
That makes makes total sense, but you know, you've got weeds, no ordinary family, yet you still, that is how you have to.
You know, it's not how here's what happened. One day, it just kind of got on my nerves. People kept, they just keep referring to me as the black guy in the 40-year-old virgin. So one day I just sent out this tweet that said, you know, someday I'm going to win an Academy Award, and the presenter is going to say, and the winner is the black guy from the 40-year-old virgin, right? And literally, Twitter went crazy, and I just saw, like, my followers go up like this, and I was like, I'm going to start doing that all the time.
Interesting.
Yeah. And ever since, it's like I gained, like, 1,000 followers like this every time I do that, because I don't know how to explain it, but it's like people...
1,000 followers, huh?
Yeah, people look at me and they go, okay... Even like, sometimes I'll go home, like, my family's from the Caribbean, I'll go home to Trinidad, and people be like, Avril, your son look real familiar. And she'll be like, yeah, that's the black guy from the 40-year-old virgin.
So, that said, okay, lesson learned. From now on, I will be hashtag white guy who interviewed the black guy from the 40-year-old virgin.
Exactly, yep.
1,000 followers right now.
Boom, that's what I'm going to name my son. I'm going to name my son.
I hope not, man. That's a terrible idea. All right, so let's talk about an ordinary family. You were kind of the Alfred Pennyworth to the superpowered individuals. Any superpower envy? I mean, do you want a superpower? You're the normal guy on the show.
No, I actually, this is the thing. This is what I get paid to do. I take the most obscure and like bigger than life scenarios and make them real. So I get to kick it with the guys and girls who have the superpowers. And on top of doing that, I get to like make fun of it. And then I get to speak on behalf of the audience where I'm like, did that just happen?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah,
so your job's really easy.
I love my job.
Yeah.
It's kind of easy. It's not always easy because, you know, once in a while, being the person who doesn't have the superpowers, you feel limited. You know what I mean? And you're kind of relying on the other person to act the way that you would want them to.
Right.
It doesn't happen all the time.
Interesting. Well, it's interesting that you say that because a lot of people that are on these types of shows are like, oh, I'm really into superheroes and comics, but I don't know if I believe them. You, on the other hand, huge Marvel fan, and you brought some proof here today. This is something we've never had on the show.
Oh, really?
My man brought a short box of comic books to this show. Who does this?
Okay.
Who brings comic books to this show?
Now, let's go through some old school comics. You guys asked me what did I like.
All right.
Well...
Oh, can I touch? Whoa, dude, I don't know if I want to. I'm not trying to tear anything.
Hold that.
That cost 60 cents back then, so I'm sure it's worth something now. Oh, everybody had that one.
Yeah.
Remember when Superman died?
Hold on, dog. Hold on. Let me get my Iron Man out. Boom. I want to diversify. Here you go. Okay.
Look at that.
Hold up.
What garage sale did you rob? Because these are all 60 cents.
Right?
So.
Hold up, dude. Well, that's the thing. All my time. That's when all my time was. Like, I'm older than you think. Right? So all my time, that's what I did, was I spent, like, all my comic books came from, like, the 60s and 70s.
Right.
And I lost all of that. It's very difficult to get the 60s and 70s back. Right. A lot of what I have here is actually 80s, believe it or not.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Let's just do something real quick.
Yeah.
Because people know you as hashtag black guy from the 40-year-old virgin on Twitter. Why don't you give a couple shout-outs to some of your more significant Twitter followers, and then we will say goodbye.
You know what? I really hate to say goodbye, but let's do that. Let's
go right over there. Let's go to that one.
Okay. Don't be telling me what camera to look at.
Hashtag white guy from the studio that just got fired.
Okay, let's see here. You know who I'm going to give a shout out to? She comes out of the San Francisco Bay. I'm going to give a shout to one of my most loyal Twitter followers, at Miss Havens. She has been down from the very beginning.
All right, that's it right there.
I'm going to give another one.
Last one.
My last one. Oh, hell. Damn, that's San Francisco.
Oh,
Bay
you
too.
lost it already. Thank you very much to Romany Malco. Ladies and gentlemen, No Ordinary Family airs Tuesday nights on ABC. You want to hop on out? You want to just get on the back? Let's just... Let's do it.
No helmet or nothing?
That way, dude.
Okay, hold
Come
on. You ready?
Yeah, I'm strong.
Napalm from the sky. Watch as I kill this guy. Grappling hook, grab a book. It's reading Rambo. I can kill anyone. Books great, eviscerate. Reading Rambo. Reading Rambo. Reading Rambo.
Reading Rambo?
Flash.
Thunder.
Welcome to Reading Rambo. Today's book is The Runaway Bunny by Margaret Wise Brown and Clement Hearn.
I've heard of that. It's about a bunny that wants to run away and the lengths that his mom will go to keep him from escaping.
Hey.
Once there was a little bunny who wanted to run away. If you run away, said his mother, I will run after you, for you are my little bunny.
Why is the bunny running away? Is his mother on the other side?
Shh. If you run after me, said the little bunny, I will become a fish in a trout stream and I will swim away from you.
This mother won't quit!
If you become a fish in a trout stream, said the mother, I will become a fisherman and I will fish for you.
Which brings us to reading Rambo's tip to keep you from dying. If you ever get pierced by any kind of hook or barbed weapon, first kill the guy who stuck you. Don't pull out the barb, or you do more damage than your attacker did.
Back to the book. If you become a fisherman...
Look, we're running out of time. How's it end? Does the little bunny get away from his evil mother?
The mother's not evil.
Tell me I can handle it!
No, he realizes that his mother loves him very much, and he is so tired, so he goes to sleep in his little hole.
Damn it. Trapped in a tunnel. You'll have to wait for next time.
Reading Rambo? Reading Rambo! Cut me out of here!
You think your enemy will cut you out? Learn to cut yourself out. And maybe you'll live to read me another book. On Reading Rambo. Reading Rambo.
Given the quality of the average person's diet, it is no surprise most Americans spend a large portion of their day in the bathroom. So we think it's time to attack these items for your home lavatory. I think it's safe to say that you get some of your best thinking done while you're naked and wet. Fortunately, the AquaNotes waterproof notepad makes it possible to jot down all of your brilliant bath time thoughts. Water just beads up and rolls right off this amazing waterproof paper. It is even durable enough to write completely underwater. The notepad has 40 sheets of paper and comes with a water-resistant cedar pencil. It's available on aquanotes.com for only $7, so you are never going to lose another great idea because of rinsing and repeating. There's nothing like getting into a cold shower, and normally you would want to avoid it. This LED shower light will save you from such unpleasant wake-up calls. When the water turns on, the light remains blue until it's nice and warm. When the water reaches a comfortable 89 degrees, it alerts you by turning red. And no need for batteries. The light is powered by an internal turbine when you turn the water on. In addition to function, it provides some pretty nice mood lighting for whatever. It can all be yours for just 40 bones at thinkgeek.com. There are certain conveniences that you probably thought would never exist in your home, but now you can enjoy some sweet hands-free flushing in your very own bathroom without spending thousands on a Japanese toilet. Thanks to the iTouchless sensor flush, just do your business, and this high-tech toilet accessory automatically flushes when it senses you're out of view. It fits any toilet tank with a front-mounted flush and can be installed in about 5 minutes. The sensor runs on 4C batteries, which should last for about 3 years or 23,000 flushes. It's a lot of wear and tear you can save on your hands. Get it on iTouchless.com for one C note. Head on over to g4tv.com/AOTS for info on all of these bathroom buys and more. Normally, when Blair Herter exposes his ding-a-ling to a bunch of strangers, he gets fined and arrested. But, you know, we do things differently in Oregon.
That's right. We sent him to Portland for the World Naked Bike Ride, and we know at least one bike seat will never be the same.
Howdy. And obviously just looking to rent a bike. Looks like you're gonna need a seat cover. That's why I brought this.
I know what you're asking yourself. Hey, Blair, what are you doing in Portland, Oregon? Well, clearly I'm going to the grocery store. I'm going to the World Naked Bike Ride!
What is the World Naked Bike Ride? A ride that takes place in over 170 cities across the world. It's originally a political protest against oil dependency and against the vulnerability of cyclists in the face of motorized traffic.
We're all naked because we're showing people how cyclists are very vulnerable on the road.
Last year we had 5,000 people, and this year we're expecting somewhere between 7,000 and 12,000.
Time to join the herd and see what are they thinking, and do my best to keep eye contact.
Naked!
from up here. I'm kind of right in the middle of the pack right now. It's ridiculous. There's people all over the city. Dudes on unicycles, riding around. I can't feel my balls anymore.
Come on and join us!
All right, we're at the Broadway Bridge right now. It's about the halfway point of the ride. I've counted 2,731 penises, and then multiply that times 2, 4,692 breasts, and I can't feel anything below my waist.
Leaving the industrial area, going up to kind of the hip part, going over to the rich part, and coming back. You get a lot of people that support us, cheering and screaming. You get a lot of cars that get irritated because they're held up for 45 minutes as bikes are passing.
If I were stuck in traffic behind hot naked chicks on bicycles, I'd be totally okay with traffic.
I'm on a bike, I'm riding a bike, I'm going forward. It's great, yeah, it's great, bye.
Good talk.
All right, so we're at the end of the ride right now. The World Naked Bike Ride. I gotta say, this is the greatest bicycle tour I've ever been on in my entire life.
Wind on the skin. It felt amazing out there. I met a bunch of people tonight. I mean, I know a lot about them based on, I got to see them naked and everything. Why would you not go out and get naked and ride bikes?
All right, 13,000 naked people. I got to ride through Portland without any clothes on. I'll definitely do it again next year, but I'm bringing a different seat.
It's interesting, that segment was equal parts things I wish I could have seen more of and things I never, ever want to see again.
It was magic like that. Still to come, Kryptonian billionaire Steve Jobs lays down the eye hammer of justice on some hapless, secret-stealing bloggers.
But first, what is Candace Bailey doing at Skywalker Ranch? The question.
Hey guys, I'm on my last leg of my vision quest. I'm visiting Skywalker Sound and ILM right now. I'm dressed in my mocap suit because I'm about to become Iron Man. But I'm gonna make him a little different Iron Man. I'm gonna give him some funky moves, like this one. Or this one. So be sure to tune in to see exactly what I make Iron Man do. Here's a clue.
Kevin says heat.
Coming up tomorrow on an all-new Attack of the Show. Barry Pepper sits down with us to talk about True Grit and his old-school love of Frogger. Continuing her vision quest, Candace Bailey goes to Nerd Heaven, otherwise known as Skywalker Ranch. And Morgan heads to the Yodobashi Emporium in Tokyo to check out the most advanced musical toilets in the world. See it tomorrow.
Criminal bloggers got their hands on an iPhone prototype and blew Steve Jobs' big corporate secret all over the interwebs.
But back on iKrypton, Jobs L dealt with the eye matter swiftly and with ruthless eye-efficiency.
This is no fantasy. We are not dealing here with idle supposition. No, gentlemen, the indictment I brought you this day, the specific charges listed therein against these 3 individuals are matters of undeniable fact. Boom. I ask you now to pronounce your judgment on those accused. On this mindless aberration, whose only means of expression are trafficking in stolen property and blogging and getting his friends to send emails to me at 3 o'clock in the morning. Not a good idea. Brian J. Hogan, who would find and sell his own mother if he could. A danger even to children that he might find on the playground. He probably wouldn't even respond to someone using the Find My iPhone feature available to all users of MobileMe. Isn't that right, Mr. Hogan? And finally, Andre Powell, once trusted by this council, charged with maintaining the iPhone itself, an engineer for the 4.0 operating system. He, no matter how drunk he was the instigator of this insidious plot. The decision of the council will now be heard.
Guilty.
Guilty. Guilty.
The vote must be unanimous, Jobzel.
I would rather have Flash on my iPad than have to look at you three any longer. Guilty. Oh, and one more thing. Your lives will be spared, but you'll be sentenced to imprisonment in a magical and revolutionary device. Say hello to Newton and Elisa for me.
Don't worry, we'll get off that thing somehow.
We won't. There's no USB.
There's no USB. It doesn't make any sense.
Oh, hello, Larry and Sergey. How are you guys? Yes, I just wanted to talk to you about your Google Android marketplace. Why don't you come on in and stand in the rotating eye circles, and I'll be right with you.
You know what's a great idea?
What's that?
Doing a backflip off a 30-foot piece of playground equipment. That's a great idea.
I think it is a great idea.
Absolutely.
I think you should go do it. I think it's.
Well, I mean, I would, but it's already been done, and there's no way I can go up after this guy. It's time for today's epic fail.
Somebody should explain to that guy how to use a slide.
Well, I mean, he'll have plenty of time to Google it now that he's in that hospital bed for a while, so. Thanks to Romany Malco for stopping by. Thank you for tuning in. And thank you, Morgan Webb, for being an angel of sunshine.
He doesn't know me very well. Good night.
You're a harbinger of light and all that is right. Okay?
Get that a lot.
You're a portal to